Guys, welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Lara Annie, and on this video I'm going to be discussing the documents to upload when you receive your invitation to apply. Once you meet the minimum CRS score, which is your comprehensive ranking system score for a particular express entry draw, the next thing is for you to receive something called an invitation to apply. And once you receive that invitation to apply, you have only 60 days to upload all your supporting documents, to make payments, and then to submit. Not to worry, you'll be given a checklist to guide you on what is required of you. Let me quickly list some of the documents that you'll be required to submit. Number one, you'll be required to submit your passport or travel documents. You'll be required to submit a police certificate, your marriage license or certificate, that's if you're married, proof of upfront medical examination, your education, which is your diplomas or your degrees, your proof. Let's say you claimed points for having a sibling in Canada, you need to submit proof of permanent residence or citizenship of your sibling. You also need to submit your employment records, proof of residency in Canada of sibling, proof of sibling relationship, family member proof of status, proof of means of financial support, and last but not the least, your digital photo. So we're going to talk about all the documents you're going to submit. By submit, I mean upload. So you'll be required to upload these documents. You need to get them into, you need to scan them and get them into a PDF format in order to upload them. So let's talk about the passport or travel document. For your passport, you need to scan the data page of your passport. That is the page that shows your birth date and your country of origin. And then you need to also scan every page with stamps, visas, or markings. So your passport is basically needed to show your travel history. And if you have more than one passport, maybe you probably renewed your passport before, you'll be required to scan the other one, that's the previous passport. Next is police certificate. You must provide a police certificate from your country of origin, and for every country that you've lived in for up to 6 months. IRCC uses police certificates to find out if you have a criminal record. They help IRCC to make sure that you are not a security risk to Canada. For those of you in Lagos, Nigeria, you need to go to police station at Alagbon to get your certificate. Next is your marriage license or certificate, that's if you're married. If you are married in Canada, you must have a marriage certificate issued by the province or territory where the marriage took place. If you are married outside Canada, the marriage must be valid under the law of the country where it took place and under Canadian law. A marriage performed in an embassy or consulate must comply with the law of the host country where it took place, not the country of nationality of the embassy or consulate. For those in Lagos, Nigeria, marriage certificates from Ikoyi registry is acceptable. Let's talk about the proof of upfront medical exam. Everyone requires a medical exam. In order to submit your online application, you will need to upload the information printout sheet or the IMM 1017B upfront medical report form. Your doctor will give you one of these forms when you complete your medical exam. If you cannot get a medical exam before the deadline to submit your application, you may submit proof that you have scheduled an appointment. For those in Nigeria, there are locations for the medical exam in Lagos, that is Ikeja GRA and Victoria Island. Then you also have somewhere in Abuja. You can check the CIC website to get the exact address. And for you to do your medical exam, you will need to book an appointment with whichever facility that you want to make use of. Next is education, that's your diplomas or degrees. For education, you need to merge your degree evaluation, your degree certificate, your IELTS test report form. If you did French, you need to also add your French results, all in one PDF. If you claim points for having a sibling in Canada, who is either a permanent resident or a citizen, then you'll be required to prove that such person is genuinely a permanent resident or citizen and that they are genuinely related to you. You must provide supporting documents to prove your relationship to your brother or sister's status in Canada, that is permanent resident or citizen, and that your brother or sister lives in Canada. Examples of supporting documents are birth certificate, which must contain the names of your parents, marriage certificates of your parents, legal adoption documents, any other documents that proves or describe the relationship between you and your brother or sister. This could include supporting documents to prove the common law relationship between your two parents. A copy of your brother or sister's Canadian citizenship or Canadian immigration status document, a copy of your brother or sister's bank statement or utility bill showing their address in Canada. For employment records, you must provide proof of work experience for your current job and for each past position you listed. Proof must include a reference letter from your employer and pay stubs if you have them. The reference letter must be an official document printed on company letterhead. It must include your name, the company's contact information, that is the address, telephone number, and email address, the signature of your immediate. Show all positions held while employed at the company. Include these details: job title, duties or responsibilities, job status if it's your current job, the dates you worked for the company, the number of work hours per week, and your annual salary plus benefits. You must scan all documents for this period of employment and save them as one file. You must create separate files for each period of employment. In my own case, I uploaded my letter of appointment, reference letter from my employer, and my pay slip for the past 6 months. Proof of means of financial support. If you are applying for permanent residence in Canada, you must provide an official letter issued by your financial institution indicating your financial profile. This must list all bank and investment accounts, the account numbers, the date each account was opened, and the balance of each account over the past 6 months. It must list all outstanding debt, such as credit cards and loans. It must be printed on the letterhead of the financial institution and include your name and the contact information of the financial institution, that is the address, the telephone number, and email address. You also need to print your official bank statement for the past 6 months from the bank, reflecting that you have your proof of funds intact. Please note that bulk deposits are usually frowned at by IRCC. Digital photo. You need to snap a passport photograph in a reputable studio. The photo must show a full front view of the head and top of shoulders, with the face in the middle of the photo. Size of the head from chin to crown must be between 31 mm and 36 mm. Image size at least 420 by 540 pixels. IRCC accepts JPEG or JPEG 2000 format. File size approximately 240 kilobytes, no more than 4 megabytes. Image must be in color, that is 24 bits per pixel, in RGB color space, the common output for most digital cameras. The final frame size of the photo must be at least 35 mm by 45 mm. If you scan an existing photo, the minimum resolution must be 600 pixels per inch. Basically, when you go to a reputable studio, they usually already know the format to snap for Canada immigration. In my own case, I used Studio 24. Apart from the supporting documents that you are required to submit, you also have the chance to submit optional documents, that is extra documents to upload that is not already on your checklist and that will help your application. Or it could be a letter of explanation to clarify some gray areas in your application. Please note that the letter of explanation should be precise, that is straight to the point with clear English. No need for big grammar. If you are applying with a spouse, you will need to upload supporting documents for the person, and I believe same goes for if you have kids. The documents you need to upload for your spouse are passport or travel documents, proof of upfront medical exam, education, that is diplomas or degrees, digital photo, police certificates, and so on. If you also have extra documents to upload for your spouse or a letter of explanation, you can do so under the optional documents section. Aside uploading supporting documents for your application, you also be required to make some payments. The payments you're going to be making are: 1. Permanent residence application fee, which is $850 Canadian per person. Right of permanent residence fee, which is $515 Canadian per person. Then biometric fee, which is $85 Canadian per person. But if you are applying as a family of 2 or more people at the same time and place, you get to pay a maximum fee of $170 Canadian for biometrics. That's for all of you, instead of paying $85 each per person. Once you've submitted your documents and made payments, you receive a confirmation of online application transmission and your payments receipt. You also receive an acknowledgement of receipt, which people mostly refer to as AOR. This AOR also includes your application number. Then the wait begins. The information and documents that you provided will be reviewed, and then the processing will begin. You will be notified by email if IRCC requires additional information or documents from you in regards to your application. After this stage, and if everything goes well, the next thing you receive is a biometrics collection letter instructing you to have your fingerprint scanned and your photograph taken at the biometric collection service point to help visa officers determine if you may enter or stay in Canada. Before you go for your biometrics, you need to make an appointment by visiting vfsglobal.com if you are outside Canada or the United States. Please note that you have 30 days from the date you receive the biometrics letter to present yourself at a biometrics collection service point to give your biometrics. Once your biometric is done, it will be updated on your profile. Then also by this time, it is expected that your medical results should have been reviewed and passed. Next is your background check. It is used to verify criminal, security, and other background information to make sure you are admissible to Canada. Once your background check is completed and no additional document is requested from you, the next thing is for you to receive a passport request letter. Basically, everything is in stages, and you need to be patient enough for each of the stages, as there's really no rush about it all. And that's a wrap on the documents to upload when you receive your invitation to apply. If you have follow-up questions, feel free to drop them in the comment section, or you can check the link in my description box below for the Telegram group that I created. So it's like an interactive platform where you get to meet other people that are also trying to apply for permanent residence in Canada, and then you should feel free to ask your questions, as everyone there will be willing to answer you, most especially me. If you love this video, please give it a thumbs up. If you're new to my YouTube channel, please hit that subscribe button below. Also, don't forget to turn on my notifications, for my channel, so you know when next I upload a video. See you guys in my next video. Bye.